If standing feels impossible because your knees scream, your hips ache, or your back won't cooperate, you're not broken. You're not too far gone, and you absolutely don't need to stand to rebuild the strength in your glutes. In fact, some of the most effective glute exercises can be done sitting down in a chair. Yes, sitting. The same muscles that help you walk, climb stairs, and get up from the toilet can be strengthened without putting a single ounce of pressure on your painful joints. This isn't about pushing through pain or forcing your body to do things it can't handle right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to activate and strengthen your glutes using 7 chair-based exercises designed specifically for women over 60 dealing with severe joint pain. Just like Dorothy, 73, who hadn't been able to stand for more than 2 minutes without her knees giving out, you're about to discover that your strongest days aren't behind you. They're just waiting for the right approach. Let me tell you about Dorothy. She's 73, a retired school librarian from Ohio, and for nearly 2 years, she felt like her body had completely betrayed her. Her knees hurt so badly that standing to make breakfast left her in tears. Her hips felt stiff and locked, especially first thing in the morning. And her lower back? It sent shooting pains down her legs whenever she tried to walk more than a few steps. She stopped going to her book club because she couldn't stand long enough to browse the shelves. She stopped cooking meals she loved because standing at the counter was unbearable. She even started avoiding her grandchildren's visits because she felt ashamed that she couldn't get down on the floor to play with them, and getting up from a regular chair had become a humiliating struggle. Dorothy told me she felt weak, old, and invisible. She believed her body was simply giving up on her. If any part of Dorothy's story sounds familiar, I need you to know something right now. This is not your fault. Your pain is real. Your limitations are real. But the belief that you can't get stronger because standing hurts too much, that's not real. That's a myth that's been keeping you stuck. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly why most people with severe joint pain never fix this, and how you can be different starting today. Here's what most women over 60 don't realize. When your knees, hips, or back hurt, your body naturally starts avoiding certain movements. You sit more, you move less, and the muscles that are supposed to support those painful joints, especially your glutes, start to weaken. Weak glutes mean your knees have to work harder. Your hips become less stable. Your lower back compensates and tightens up. It becomes a vicious cycle. The pain makes you move less. Moving less makes you weaker. And being weaker makes the pain worse. You're not imagining it. You're stuck in a loop that most doctors never explain and most exercise programs completely ignore. Now let's talk about what most people get completely wrong. The first myth is that if standing hurts, exercise will make it worse. This keeps so many women frozen in fear, convinced that any movement will damage their joints further. But here's the truth. The right kind of movement, done in the right position, actually reduces joint pain over time because it strengthens the muscles that support and protect those joints. Your body isn't fragile, it's just under-supported right now. The second myth? That you need to be on your feet to strengthen your glutes. Absolutely false. Your glutes can contract, engage, and grow stronger while you're sitting down. In fact, chair-based exercises remove the stress from your knees and hips while still targeting the exact muscles you need. You don't need to squat, lunge, or stand on one leg. You just need to know how to activate your glutes from a seated position, and that's exactly what I'm about to show you. Let's get into the solution. What actually works when you're dealing with severe joint pain, limited mobility, and the fear that moving will make things worse? I'm going to walk you through 7 chair-based glute exercises that require nothing but a sturdy chair and a willingness to start small. These exercises are designed to build strength without standing, without pressure on your knees, and without triggering the pain that's been holding you back. Exercise number 1 is the seated glute squeeze. Sit tall in your chair with both feet flat on the floor. Now, squeeze your glutes together as tightly as you can, like you're trying to hold a coin between your cheeks. Hold that squeeze for 5 seconds, then release. That's it. It sounds simple, But this exercise teaches your brain to reconnect with muscles that may have been dormant for months or even years. Do 10 squeezes, rest, and repeat. This is your foundation. Exercise number 2 is the seated knee lift with glute engagement. Still sitting tall, place your hands on the sides of your chair for support. Slowly lift one knee up a few inches while squeezing the glute on that same side. You're not trying to lift your knee high. You're trying to feel your glute activate as your hip flexes. Hold for 3 seconds, lower slowly, and switch sides. Do 8 on each side. This starts to build coordination between your hip and glute muscles. Exercise number 3 is the seated hip abduction. Sit near the front edge of your chair. Place a small rolled towel or cushion between your knees. Now, gently press your knees outward against an imaginary resistance, squeezing your outer glutes and hips. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax. Do 10 reps. This targets the gluteus medius, the muscle responsible for hip stability and balance. When this muscle is weak, your knees cave inward and your hips feel unstable. Strengthening it changes everything. Exercise number 4 is the seated forward lean. Sit with your feet flat and hip width apart. Place your hands on your thighs. Now, slowly lean your torso forward from your hips, keeping your back straight, like you're bowing. As you lean forward, squeeze your glutes. This mimics the movement pattern of standing up, but without the joint stress. Hold the forward position for 3 seconds while squeezing, then sit back up. Do 8 reps. This is incredibly functional because it trains the exact muscles you use to get out of a chair. Quick note, if you want all of this laid out for you step by step, I put together a complete guide called The Seated Strength System for Pain-Free Glutes. Everything you need in one place. Check the pinned comment below and grab it. Exercise number 5 is the seated single leg glute press. Sit tall and place one foot flat on the floor. Lift the other foot slightly off the ground. Now press the heel of your grounded foot firmly into the floor while squeezing that glute. Imagine you're trying to push the floor away. Hold for 5 seconds, then switch legs. Do 6 on each side. This builds single leg strength, which is critical for walking, balance, and preventing falls. Exercise number 6 is the seated pelvic tilt. Sit upright with your feet flat. Place your hands on your lower belly. Now, gently tilt your pelvis backward, flattening your lower back against the chair, and squeeze your glutes as you do it. Then tilt your pelvis forward, arching your lower back slightly, and release the glutes. Rock back and forth slowly, squeezing your glutes each time you tilt back. Do 12 reps. This teaches pelvic control and engages your glutes in a pain-free range of motion. Exercise number 7 is the seated marching with glute focus. Sit tall. Slowly lift one knee, squeeze the glute on the opposite side, then lower. Lift the other knee, squeeze the opposite glute, and lower. Alternate in a slow, controlled marching rhythm. Do 20 total marches, 10 per side. This builds coordination, core stability, and glute endurance all at once. Now let me tell you about Margaret. She's 68, from Florida, and she came to me after a bad fall left her terrified to walk without her walker. Her hips were weak, her knees hurt constantly, and she told me she felt like a burden to her family. We started with these exact 7 exercises, just 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week. Within 4 weeks, Margaret could stand from her chair without using her arms. Within 8 weeks, she walked to her mailbox without her walker. And 12 weeks in, she told me she felt stronger than she had in a decade. She didn't do anything extreme. She just showed up, sat down, and did the work. So how do you apply this starting today? Let me give you 5 clear steps. Step 1, choose a sturdy chair without wheels. Kitchen chairs or dining chairs work perfectly. Make sure your feet can touch the floor. If you're worried the chair might slip, place it against a wall or on a rug. Safety first, always. Step 2, start with just 3 of the 7 exercises. Pick the ones that feel the easiest and least intimidating. Do 5 reps of each, once a day. That's it. You're not trying to exhaust yourself. You're trying to build a habit and wake up those glute muscles. If you're afraid it'll hurt, remember this. These exercises are designed to avoid pain. If something hurts, reduce the range of motion or skip that one for now. Listen to your body, not your fear. Step 3. Add one new exercise each week. By week 4, you'll be doing all 7. By week 8, you'll notice changes in how you move, how you feel, and how much less pain you experience. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Step 4. Track your progress. Write down how many reps you did and how you felt afterward. This isn't about perfection. It's about noticing improvement. Maybe your knees hurt a little less. Maybe getting up from the couch feels easier. Celebrate those small wins. They add up. Step 5. Pair this with gentle daily movement. Even just standing up and sitting down from your chair 5 times in a row, twice a day, will reinforce the strength you're building. If you're worried you'll lose your balance, keep one hand on a counter or wall. Progress doesn't require risk. It just requires repetition. Let me tell you quickly about Linda, 71, who started these exercises after knee replacement surgery left her weaker than ever. Within 6 weeks, she was walking her dog again. Within 3 months, she was dancing at her grandson's wedding. She didn't need anything fancy, just a chair and the courage to start. Now let's talk about what happens next, because this is the most important part. You have 2 paths in front of you right now. The first path is doing nothing. You close this video, go back to your day, and hope that somehow, magically, the pain will get better on its own. But you and I both know that's not how it works. The joint pain in your knees, hips, and back will keep getting worse. Your inability to stand for long periods will become your new normal. The weakness you feel will deepen. The fear of movement will grow. And the life you want, the independence you crave, the strength you remember, will slip further and further away. That's the path of inaction. And it leads to more pain, more limitation, and more loss. But there's a second path. The path where you take what you just learned and you act on it today. You sit down in a chair and you do 3 exercises. Just 3. You squeeze your glutes, you lift your knees, you start to rebuild, and day by day, week by week, your body starts to respond. The pain decreases, the strength returns, getting out of a chair becomes easy again. Walking doesn't hurt as much. You start to feel like yourself again. Not the person you were at 30, but the strongest, most capable version of who you are right now. That's the path of action, and it's available to you right now, today, in this moment. Everything I just shared, and more, is waiting for you right now in the pinned comment below. Click it. Get the complete guide. Because you deserve to move without pain, to feel strong in your own body, and to reclaim the independence that joint pain has stolen from you. Don't wait. You are not too weak. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You just need the right tools, the right guidance, and the courage to start exactly where you are. And that starts today, sitting down, with hope in your heart and strength in your future.